Hi, this is Tina with Bluesy News. We're in Arcadia, California at the Dirtshack, and I am here with an incredible vocalist. I've seen her live about 6 months ago. Her name is Brigitte Rios Purdy. I saw her do Chain of Fools.
Chain of Fools.
Aretha, and wow, you really knocked that out of the park.
Thank you. I mean, I love Aretha. She's, obviously one of the most phenomenal singers that I've ever heard. I've had the pleasure of seeing her many times live, many times.
And she made you cry.
Each time she's made me cry. Each time. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you've been singing since you were 9 years old?
Since I was 9 years old. That was my very first solo, and I guess at that time the choir teacher kind of pulled me out, and the very first solo I ever sang was California Dreaming.
Wow, the Mamas and the Papas.
Mamas, Papas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this was, you were in Los Angeles growing up?
I grew up in East Los Angeles. That's where my family lived, and for the first 10 years of my life, and then later we moved on to Alhambra. Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you're singing throughout school, just normal, instead of sports, you gravitated to the vocals, I'm sure.
Well, actually, I did play sports for 1 year, and it's kind of a little funny story. And the teacher was handing out the certificates at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. This is how great I was at sports. She called all of the children's names, but left mine out because I was such a great bench warmer.
Oh. So you go on to college, mm-hmm. and there was a point where you ended up deciding this is what I was going to do in life. I'm going to be a professional. Mm-hmm. And you, I guess, ended up becoming one of the early Disney.
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I auditioned for Disney. Growing up in Southern California, what 18-year-old doesn't want to audition for Disney? Went to my first audition and was very excited. Cattle call, tons of people, stood in line, got my number, and when I went up, of course, short little Latin, by the way, I'm half Mexican, half Portuguese, stood in line, sang my song, and it was just a thank you very much. I was disappointed, that ride home is always, the longest ride. But I decided I'm going to go back. So I went back the second time and sang my song, and it was thank you very much. Mm. The ride was still long home. And I decided again, I'm going back because I want to work for Disney. This time when I showed up, stood in line, received my number, and I went up, and they said, "Hi, Bridget." So they remembered me. Of course, I didn't fit into the mold of a tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. I didn't look like a princess. So I sang my song, and then afterwards I said, I just want to let you know that I'm going to keep coming back here until you hire me.
Wow.
And so they did. They hired me. Disney. I was never a princess.
But that's awesome. You got to work for Disney.
What I did was their special events.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And your contemporaries, I guess, so at the time, I think when you were a teenager, were probably like Tiffany, Martika. Mm-hmm. Martika's a local from San Diego Valley as well. Is that what you gravitated, or you just said, no, I really want to, I'm really into the soul?
Well, you know what? If we just back it up just a second, prior to that, I was very heavily involved in classical music. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you play as well?
No, I don't play any sort of instrument. One day my mom was driving home from work, and she heard on the radio that there was an audition at the Dorothy Channel Pavilion in Amundsen. And it was for a consortium for children. So she decided to take me down. And once again, this was probably one of my first auditions. No, it was my first audition. I stood in line and I sang, I can't remember what piece that I sang, but it was a classical piece. And they selected about 20 kids. I was 13 at the time, and I was one of those children that was chosen. So all of the directors at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, the dance instructors, the choreographers, the vocal coaches, those were my teachers.
Wow.
And those were some of my first teachers. As a matter of fact, one of the persons that made the most impact in my whole musical career was Annette Cordona. And Annette Cordona was a Latin woman who grew up in East Los Angeles, who actually went to high school with my father.
Wow.
And she was Cha-Cha in Greece.
Oh, interesting. So I knew about the Dorothy Chandler. I just didn't realize you were 13 at the time.
Yeah.
So you're at the music center when you're in junior high?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
And one of the things that was part of our instruction was to attend the musicals.
Mm.
So here I was 13, sitting, watching 42nd Street.
Wow.
And really, when I think about the opportunities that I've had from other people to be able to mold my life, not just musically, my life and my career, my thought process, and who I am, I feel very blessed and very fortunate, you know. And any time that I have the opportunity to take that minute, that second to do that for somebody else, just to come and give a word, to lift somebody up, I'm more than willing to go that.
You know, you're extremely blessed.